Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. We are back with the Ted Show. Super excited. I got a few minutes before we went live to spend with this amazing human being. Jessica Fritts is on the show, and she titled her show Peruvian Girl. So we're going to talk about all things Peruvian, including food, which I'm dying to talk about. And of course, real estate and a whole bunch more. Give her a warm welcome. Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you? Good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to have you. I love your spirit, your energy already. So you're the perfect guest for the show. And I can't remember the last time I talked about Peruvian food, but I'm all about that today too. So, you know, I told you before we went live, the audience loves to hear origin story. And of course, we're going to talk about Peru. So give them a little bit of your journey, maybe how you got here, how you got to real estate and all of that. They love to hear that kind of story. And Mike Perez just says, hello.
Oh, said, hey, Mike.
He said, that's my girl.
Yeah, that's our boy, too. He's in our team. So, yeah, my name is Jessica. I'm from Peru. I actually been here for almost 20 years now. Wow. So it's a long way coming. Before real estate, I was in the dentistry industry, of course. That's where my goals come in here, to go to school, to be a dentist. I love dentistry. One thing led to the other one, and then I got into real estate, and I was like, man, going to books and paying a lot of tuitions and fees, well, I can do real estate and a lot cheaper, and you can make some money. So I did that back in the days. I did mortgages, and then when all this crash happened, you know, I stopped that, and I kind of went back into dentistry again. And then I have kids.
That sort of throws a big wrench into a lot of things, doesn't it?
It does. So I was just sad leaving my kids at the babysitter. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I stopped working for a little while. And then I was like, okay, kids are already 4 and 5. I need to they're going to school. I need to do something with my life. I was like, oh. I found Jeremy and Gia. I found G-World Properties, and
love them so much.
I know they're great. So pretty much it was like everything I knew I forgot, and I was starting from new. I mean, I feel very, very happy that I am there. They have taught me so much. Like I was talking to you earlier, there is no time for like a slacking or you're not making it. You do it or do it 200%.
You just do it. That's it. I love we were talking earlier about the environment, the atmosphere that they create for you all. It's classy. It feels classy. Let's put it that way. It looks classy. I
love it.
So tell me what it was like. What was it like? Did you have family that came with you from Peru when you moved? Did you come on your own? And how did you land here in Orlando?
My aunt lived here. So my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, and I, all of us came. And we just kind of stayed here. You know, my parents eventually went back home, and we just kind of did our life here. And now this is really home for me, you know. My husband is from Delaware, so
well, I'm Delaware versus Peru. Now that
I know. I know he got lucky. He found me.
He got very lucky. I love it.
You know, I just now having kids here. Like, I mean, I love Peru. We were there for the holidays for Christmas. We were there a month. Amazing. I mean, I think one of the things we miss the most is the food and our friends. You know, because we have friends since growing up, neighborhood. We go to the same schools, and we start like since we're 6 years old until we graduate. We don't kind of change schools, so our friends are like forever. So always nice to see our friends and all that. It's a little different, you know. Here you have to make new friends.
Yes.
But I have a lot of friends here now, and I call them my friends here. So I mean, I call family here. So I moved here because my aunt was here, and I mean, can beat the weather, the beach.
I mean, beautiful. Seriously, you can't. But we were talking earlier about Peruvian food, and you've mentioned it too. There's some places in town. I always like to ask somebody who comes from another country or living here if they found any place that somebody like me can go and experience as much of the Peruvian food and culture as you possibly can get in Orlando. Is there such a place?
Absolutely. And let me tell you, through the years, I've seen so many restaurants. Like at first it was only 1 and 2. Now we have about 7 Peruvian restaurants in town. My favorite is ají. It's ají is an OBT and Whisper Lake kind of, and they have another location in Castleberry. And actually, my friend, a good friend of mine, we grew up together. We play in the same neighborhood. He's one of the owners there. So, of course, being my friend, but the food is amazing there. It's very, very good. Lots
we'll
of
have
restaurants.
To get that link. I'll have to get that link.
Yes, I'll definitely share you.
And I love, what is a traditional Peruvian dish? Since we're talking about being a Peruvian girl, what's a traditional dish? Because sometimes we go in, there's some restaurants that I was telling you about too, and I go, I want to try something, but I don't want tripe, let's say, or stomach. I'm not quite that adventurous. What's something traditional that somebody can order at one of those restaurants?
I mean, it's very difficult to say. Peruvian is so diverse. Like we have like the 3 regions. So we have food is like what we know. Like we have everything. The good thing about ají is that they have a plate that they give you 4 different choices in the plate, so you can try a little bit of everything. We have a ceviche, which is very typical for us,
That's right.
Then we have
on the coast.
Exactly. But then we have the 3 regions. Really, we got the jungle, we got everything. So food-wise, we're so diverse. I mean, you name it. Lomo saltado is very typical for us. I mean, we have a lot of rice and seafood. So. But yeah, when you go to ají, look for that plate that they'll give you like 4 different samples, so you can try a little bit of it. Exactly. Yes. So it's great. I love it because you can try a little bit of everything.
Tell me about your cooking, because you brought out. We were talking earlier. You're making some fish tonight. Do you cook primarily Peruvian when you're home?
Not really. I gotta say, I'm not really a great cook. My husband cooks for a living, so I leave the cooking for him mainly.
Smart.
But of course, if I'm gonna cook, it's gonna be rice and fish, rice and steak, something always rice in my diet. Oh, yeah.
Another reason why I love any kind of food like Peruvian food is I love rice. Any form or version of it, I want to eat it. All right, I want to ask you about real estate. How did you, because we had some questions before we went live, as a realtor, how was 2020 for you? Did you have to shift? Did you have to pivot? Some realtors say they had the best year ever. Some say they struggled and had to focus on other things. What was your experience?
My experience was great. I know a lot of people struggle. 2020, they say it's like whatever, maybe one of the worst years. Luckily, I mean, I don't have any families that have suffered closely from COVID, so I cannot say that bad feelings about the whole situation. Work-wise, it was great. I mean, even as a company, the company is like the best year ever as well. I'm telling you, there is no slack with the G word there. I'm telling you,
G World Army.
The G World Army is 200%. They really, I mean, if you're a realtor, you're new.
Said to you. Jeremy just said this. I don't know if you can see it. That's our girl, Jessica, 200%.
I know, that's her slogan. If you're new in the industry, they're really good at guiding you. I mean, I kind of knew nothing. And now it's like, oh my God, I feel so like I know so much. And every day you learn. I mean, obviously I have a more way to go. You never end up learning. It's one thing. Jeremy's always there for me to answer any questions or anybody to help us. So we got classes. I mean, they're always pushing you.
What do you tell the people who are, because it feels like it's a seller's market right now because inventory is so low. I love you guys too, Jeremy. Thank you. I love you guys. And I just messaged you, by the way. Where are you seeing people? Are you having a hard time finding inventory? Are you guys focusing more on new builds? What's your plan? How do you go about attacking this environment where there's not enough inventory? It doesn't feel like it right now. And so many multiple offers and above price and all of that good stuff. What are you seeing?
It is, you are right. It's a seller's market. I mean, inventory is low. Yesterday in our team, we put a couple of contracts. One got beat by 20,000. It's like, what's going on in the market? We do both. I mean, some people, because, new constructions are getting pricey right now. So as long as you stop renting, we'll find you the house. If it has to be used, I tell people all the time, it don't matter. couple, 3, 5 years, you sell it, and then you start. You have to start somewhere, you know.
Agreed.
But start renting.
Why the rents are so outrageous, and so whenever I do a show with a realtor, I do like to talk about that because I feel like people are paying $2,000, $2,500 a month for a 1-1 downtown. Now, if that's your goal and that's what you like and you don't want any of that, I get it and I respect that. I just couldn't imagine just giving that money to somebody else every month and not being able to write it off or have my own house. Or it just seems like, and plus it's difficult to qualify. Think about it. If the rent's $2,500, you've got to come up with first and last month's rent, sometimes security deposit, all your utilities. It's a lot of money.
That's your down payment.
I know. And I wish more people would understand the ease of that, that's actually exactly what's going on. Is that if you just really got with a professional realtor and a professional lender, you would 100% be in, I think, a better position than getting credit qualified to get into an apartment, paying $2,000 a month for a 1-1, having no equity, paying somebody else's mortgage. I think there's just so many opportunities, especially right now.
I agree. And maybe a lot of people, they don't know. And they're like, oh, they just think buying a house, oh, no, that has to be too complicated. But no, once you start the process, I mean, you have no idea how many people will start today. And like a year later, we fix credit, we help them. And then they ended up buying their house. And it's great, you know. You have to start somewhere.
Do you have any stories where you worked on a file so hard that it just made you cry when it finally closed?
I'm on one right now, kind of like that. So if I close next weekend, you'll see me with a post like this.
You're going to have the internet. I love it. You're going to deserve that one.
Yeah, this is actually pisco. It's a very typical drink from Peru. It's made out of grapes as well. It's just the way that they distill. It's a little different. So it kind of tastes like vodka in a way, and it's very delicious. Strong.
I've had it.
It's very
really
good. Yeah.
Really, really strong. That's actually a liquor that's making a comeback in like the craft cocktail places. I've seen it a lot more.
You are absolutely right.
It's delicious. Oh, Alejandra Almada said Jessica is the best, beautiful inside. And
she's my friend from Uruguay.
Hi, Ella. Alejandra, welcome to the show. What do you want to do in 2021 different? Have you got a different plan for, and it doesn't just have to be business, is there something you want to try to accomplish or do in 2021 that you weren't able to do in 2020?
Well, definitely, yes. Hopefully travel a little more since we couldn't this year, you know, be with my family. You know, we've been kind of in the house without going out places, doing much. You know, I would like to go. I was going to go to Peru now in March. I had to postpone my flight because of the COVID. And Peru, it's kind of not a lot of hospitals and things like that. So I'm like, why to take the risk, you know? Correct. My parents to come and things like that. See my family a little more. That'll be great.
That would be good. That's a great goal. Yeah, because the travel, I've got the itch. I am ready to travel. I'm ready to get my vaccine if that's what it takes. I don't care. I just want that part of it to be over so I can travel. All right. So if somebody wants to list a house, buy a house, talk to you about real estate or Peru, how do they reach you? What's the best?
My cell phone, 407-860-4636, or social media. You find me here.
And we've got Jessica's website scrolling across the bottom, jessicafrittsrealtor.com. You were a joy. So was it as painful as you were worried about?
No. I didn't even need a shot.
You didn't. But I would still take one if I were you. All right. You're awesome. What a joy to have you on the show. Jessica Fritts, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ted. I appreciate it.
We'll find those links for that restaurant because I've got to try it. And if you're buying or selling or have any real estate questions, make sure you reach out to Jessica Fritts. Thank you for being on the show. We'll see you guys later, everybody.
You have a great day. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye, everyone.